Ji-LiJiang is a prime example of a hero. This star student had to grow up during Chairman Mao's reign of China and was given a very tough choice: a future of success with the government or a life of failure with her family. Ji-LiJiang was born in Shanghai, China in 1954. She lived with her mom, her dad, her grandmother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. Ji-Li had a great life. She was top of her class, her family loved her to death, and everybody expected her to succeed. But then, at the age of 12, Ji-Li's life started to change for the worse. Chairman Mao Zedong, the ruler of China at the time, started a campaign to recreate the country by destroying old beliefs and customs. At first, Ji-Li ignored the ever-changing world and thought that she was just fine. However, she started to get suspicious when the Liberation Army tried to recruit her for the Central Liberation Army Arts Academy. This was a dream and an honor for almost all Chinese children at the time, so Ji-Li was surprised and angry when her parents told her not to go. She pleaded and pleaded with them, but they didn't let up and still said no. On top of this disappointment, Ji-Li's life started to go even more downhill. She was about to be elected to become a Red successor when a classmate revealed that her grandfather was a landlord. A few years before, this would not have meant anything, but now, under Chairman Mao's reign, it meant you were garbage. A few months later, Ji-Li and her best friend, Ann Yi, were graduating from school. Their teachers recommended them to a great place, but they were instead separated into different schools on Chairman Mao's orders. And yet again, even facing these great obstacles, Ji-Li still tried to look on the bright side of things, but she soon found out that it was harder than she once thought. The Red Guard, civilians who carried out Chairman Mao's orders, started to terrorize Shanghai. The Red Guards would go around town, ransacking people's houses and stealing their valuables, saying that it was for funding the New World. Ji-Li and her family knew that because of their family history, the Red Guard would soon be upon their house. And as they predicted, the Red Guard came. While they did not physically harm the Zhang family, the Red Guard emotionally destroyed them. It was at this point that Ji-Li almost gave up on her life. People she knew were being taken to jail, getting tortured on the streets, or even taking their own lives. Even Ji-Li's own father was taken on accounts of being a rightist. Ji-Li's family was devastated, but Ji-Li knew that she had to keep her cool for their sake. A few weeks after her 13th birthday, instead of celebrating like a normal teenager, Ji-Li was forced to work in the Chinese rice fields. Day in and day out, she had to work her hardest or she could be beaten. Ji-Li worked for weeks without showing any fear to prove that she was strong. One day, she worked so hard that she passed out from heat frustration and had to be brought home. After years of being harassed by people she once called friends, Ji-Li was taken into her local police department. At first, she thought she was in big trouble, but she found out that she was being given a choice. She could either denounce her family, side with the Communist Party, and live the life she had always dreamed of, or she could side with her family and be destined to a life of failure. After a lot of hard thinking, Ji-Li realized that her family was much more important than her life, so she sided with them. And while Ji-Li was hurt a lot by the Cultural Revolution, she understood that she had made the right choice. As the Cultural Revolution came to an end, Ji-Li knew that she could abandon the country that had caused her so much pain. But she realized that the people were basically brainwashed by Chairman Mao's propaganda, so she decided to help out her community by becoming a teacher. In 1984, Ji-Li moved to San Francisco along with her family. In 1992, she used the money that she had saved up from teaching in China to co-found East-West Exchange, a company that would call attention to cultural exchange. And even today, at the age of 57, Ji-Li continues to stand up for her beliefs of cultural exchange. Ji-Li started a non-profit organization in 2002 called Cultural Exchange International, which has promoted the ideas of compassion and friendship between China and the Western countries. Against all odds, Ji-Li survived the Cultural Revolution. She always tried to keep her head up even through the terrible times. And instead of running away from her turmoil, she faced it with open arms. It is for these reasons that Ji-LiJiang is a true hero.